Hey, come on in and have a seat. We can chat while I clean. I'm just cleaning up the living room today. I am going to give you this video with very little editing. I'm going to simply cut out where I walk off the camera so that I can put myself right back in the room with you. So, if you're ready, let's get this living room cleaned up and reset. You'll notice most all of the gang is here. Lulu, Lucky, you'll see a little bit of Max, a little bit of Mocha, and some Mo. So, without any further ado, let's get right into this. I noticed some of you have been watching my podcasts. They are literal voiceovers with me talking for about 20 minutes and no video on those. It is just simply a podcast which is talking. I could add a little bit of video, but for me personally, it is so easy to just pop on here in the morning and talk to you guys about what's going on. If you haven't checked those out, please do. If podcasts aren't your thing, that's okay too, because we're still going to have plenty of videos for you all to watch. And for those of you who have not really been so much keeping up with things over the last week or two, we have been very busy over here with creative ideas, and the house is going to need some big attention. So you got lots of videos coming up. I have been creating lyrics for songs. I will no longer be using other resources for music. I will be using my own music on these videos. The music that you heard at the front of this video is my song. It's called Come As You Are. These videos are created by me writing my lyrics, and I input them into an AI generator, which helps me to put the music together, how it should sound, and to choose vocal sounds for the video, because I couldn't sing to save my life, and I will not do that to you all, sit here and sing for you, because nobody wants to hear that. Another thing, let's see. I've started my podcast. We've got the music. I am making a lot of recipes. If you have not been over to the blog, girl, go to the blog. There are lots and lots of recipes over there, and I am adding to them almost daily. There is a wonderful biscuit recipe over there. If you've never had any luck making biscuits like myself, well, let me tell you, these biscuits were easy to make, and they came out perfect. You can see in the pictures how golden and flaky they are. They were so good. I don't know if I've told you all, but I love McDonald's biscuits. They are like the thing. I also love KFC biscuits, just not as much as I love McDonald's. And these biscuits are so close to McDonald's, it is crazy. There are other dupe recipes over there as well. There are iced coffee recipes, all kinds of stuff. So if you have not been to mrsgove.com, head on over there after you watch this video. I will link my blog in the description box below. And another thing, I am inviting you to add me to your personal Facebook. My personal page is open to you all. I can have up to 5,000 friends on there, so there is plenty of room for you all, and I love being able to keep up with all of you in that real-time way of being. If you have Facebook, I would love it if you would add my personal Facebook page, and do not be shy. I love to chit chat. So if you want to get a hold of me for something, if you have questions, or you just simply want to see what's going on in my life, or you want updates on the blog, my personal Facebook page is the place to catch up with me quickly. And the link to my blog, my personal Facebook page, and my podcasts will all be in the links below. I will tell you, I am trying to work into what style of podcast I want to do. So if you have any suggestions to me of what you might want to hear over there, that is totally welcome input that I would love to have. Now let me tell you a little bit of a story about this box that I'm opening. You see the box that's smaller on the couch? We've already opened that one. They are 2 Blink camera lights, and they are for outside, and they are wired. Well, We have been looking into these for quite some time. And the other day, I got on eBay and I found them for under $50 each. And I thought to myself, that is a good deal. Let's jump on it. Well, I think anybody that knows about eBay or even Amazon, you don't just jump on anything headfirst without looking. And so I ordered them, and my husband gets looking at the order because it's on his eBay, because I do not use my eBay very often. I don't even really care for eBay that much anymore. And he gets looking at it, and the seller is from way out of the country. And he starts freaking out. Like, so we're never going to get these. And, they're probably fakes. And, on and on and on. And I said, well, the seller had 100% good feedback, lots of feedback. Let's just get these here and, whatever. Well, they came in record time. They were super fast. In fact, when they shipped, it shipped from within the United States. So we thought, oh, we're good to go. Nothing to worry about. No big deal. So the first thing that happened that was really odd is the listing somehow changed. It changed from they were new to they were new and repackaged. But we didn't really think too much of that because we thought, oh, maybe they're even just, whatever. Maybe they're restored. That's why they're so cheap. No big deal, because I buy a lot of restored stuff. But I did think it was weird that I know for a fact that when I looked at the listing, I know that they said that they were new. But he thought maybe I was just mistaken. I know what it said, but whatever. So we get them here. And, they come in the box that you saw me taking them out of. And they're all wrapped nice. It all looks legitimate until I unwrap the camera section of this. And the camera to me looks scratched up. And I say, they aren't brand new by any means. And generally, if something's refurbished, you would not have a camera lens that's scratched. But whatever. We looked at them. They looked legitimate. And my son, who has installed these same exact type of lights before in his brother's house, the camera lights from Blink, went out to set it up. We didn't think anything of it. So I went down, I turned off the power to the porch light. He put the light in and he said, okay, go down, switch it on. I opened up the breaker box, I switched the circuit on, and I kid you not, I heard this buzzing noise and I felt electricity passing over my head through the wires to the point that the hairs on the back of my neck stood up. And then I whipped my hand away from it really quick, and there was a bright light inside of the panel box, and it snapped the circuit off. So there is something absolutely wrong with these lights. My husband has dealt with electricity a lot. He came down because he was laying down while Trevor was putting these in. He looked at everything. He said, everything is in there perfect. You're going to just have to take this down. There ain't no way that this can stay hooked up. It's literally no good. So we disconnected it. We checked everything, put the old light back on, and everything was fine. I will tell you, though, I was scared to death when Trevor turned that breaker back on. I legitimately was ready to knock him away from the power box if it tried to zap him, but somebody had to turn it on, and I was too scared to do it, so he stepped up and did it, which I really wish that he hadn't, but everything ended well, so there you have it. And he put the old light back in and everything's fine, and the seller has agreed to refund us. He sent us the label that we need, and we just need to put them together in one box and ship them back to him. I am going to tell you, I think he didn't put up a big fuss, because I have to tell you, I think they are dupes. And I think there is absolutely something wrong with these things, and I've never, ever been so scared in my life. So Greg and I put our heads together and decided that if we are going to get more security lights, cameras from Blink, that number one, we are going to order directly through Amazon, because I told them if I had ordered them through Amazon, they would have automatically linked to my account. And on top of that, you can be sure that you can buy from the correct seller and they're not doing shifty things. I'm not saying that I know 100% for sure these were dupes, but I am pretty sure. And thank goodness everything ended well. That was a very scary situation. I hate dealing with power to begin with. My son is very comfortable with it, but me, not so much. I have never dealt with a breaker box before that did that, and it kind of sent me on my heels. Scary, scary stuff.
They said I'd never be enough, never rise, never shine. They threw their doubts like daggers, but none of them were mine. Dreams I held, hands wide open. Goals I carved in quiet stone. They don't get to write my story. I walk this road alone. They couldn't bring down. They drew the map in black and white, but I filled in every shade. Took the lines they handed me and burned them page by page. Scars I wear like medals, I earned them all with grace. I built a life they said I couldn't, right here in this place. Tried to take the words that cut like a blade don't echo here anymore. They were never my truth, never my story. My dreams are mine, lit by fire they try to drown, and mine alone. I walk the path they'll never tear down.
As I mentioned in one of my other videos, we have been feeding the birds a lot this year. Totally into the birds, like Greg and Bella and I, and of course all the cats. And you'll recall that I put up the film over my window so that people couldn't see in. Well, also the birds can't see the cats, which is a big plus because they would scare the life out of them. And once I put that up, the little birds started using the window bird feeder. And I have on its way an umbrella style hook thing for the yard so that I can put bird feeders and a bird bath and stuff like that hanging. I already have the bird bath. I have a bigger bird feeder for bigger birds. And I have a hummingbird feeder and another one on the way. Sorry, I have the hiccups. I have a hummingbird feeder and another on the way, and a littler hummingbird feeder, which I will probably hang near the window. And I have a bigger window bird feeder so that the bigger birds can use it as well, because the common grackles keep coming up trying to get on there and they just don't fit. But I am so looking forward to that. And we have some gorgeous weather coming up here soon in next week, so I'm going to get my bulbs finally put into the ground. Hopefully it's not too late for them, but yeah. I have this random tulip, and I have no idea how it got into my flower beds, but it popped up this year, and it's pretty as ever, but I have no idea where it came from unless a squirrel or a chipmunk or something, or a bird picked it up from somewhere and dropped it in my garden. I don't know. Hey, maybe it was a gift. We also have been feeding the crows. They absolutely love Cheerios. And they like some of the bird food too. And I had one of them actually leave me a gift, I'm pretty sure, on the stump of the tree. Some kind of a metal piece that it had found, and it left it sitting on top of the tree stump, which I thought was very cool. They are known for doing that. They are very intelligent birds. And if I could ever have a wild bird for a pet, it would absolutely be a crow. I adore them. We've gotten a lot of birds out here this year compared to last year. Last year we didn't really see anything but black-capped chickadees. This year we're getting chipper sparrows, golden finches, regular finches. I have seen a few doves. They don't seem to be as common up here anymore over the last whatever. I've seen a lone pigeon. Like I said, we have the common grackles, the golden finches. I have yet to see a woodpecker yet this year, but they usually come more midsummer. And that is literally all I can think of right now that I have identified, which if I see anything new, I always go straight to identifying it. I've always loved birds. I would love to have birds as a pet, but I really can't have them in the house with the pellet stove. The temperatures become too unstable sometimes. If, it goes out in the middle of the night or whatever, it would not be good for a bird. And there's the vacuum from vacuuming up that cat fur. Disgusting. But yeah, we have been loving feeding the birds, so I really invested this year to feeding them because the stump where I usually feed the birds, unless I'm sitting in Greg's spot, I can't see them. So I figured moving it over onto that umbrella hook stand thing will bring some of them into my view as well. Although I won't be able to see the crows because I don't really think the crows will want to sit on a birdhouse. I like to feed them on top of that stump. I know that some of you notice every little thing, and I figured that while I'm here, and it's very noticeable because of the kind of pants I'm wearing, and I'm not wearing any shoes, that I will address the elephant foot in the room. No pun intended. But, yeah, one of my feet and my leg is bigger than the other. And it seems that I have a problem with edema, and that swelling has been present in my foot since I had my very last baby, which would have been Trevor, and he's well over the age of 20. That swelling has been about the same for years and years and years. Sometimes it gets a little bit worse, sometimes it gets a little bit better. It gets a little bit better with weight loss, but for the most part, the swelling is just there. I know that it is not beautiful, that it doesn't look great, that on and on and on, why don't you wear longer pants? Why don't you put some shoes on? Well, I'm in my home and I'm comfortable, and because it's just part of who I am. I have a bigger foot. Okay? Oh well. If it bothers you, try not to look at my foot. Okay? No. But really, that's why my foot and leg are swollen. It's because I carry extra fluid in that foot and leg, and I do find that losing some weight does help, and that is really something for my own personal health that I need to work on. And I'm watching myself here carry things out of the room, and I am dropping everything. And what is a video without Mr. Max, my miniature panther? He's so sweet right here, but you gotta hear the story that's in my podcast if you haven't heard it yet from today. He is a hooligan. Thank you so much for sitting here with me today visiting. I always love when you come to visit. And if you have not heard it today, I love you. You are perfect as you are. Happy cleaning, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.
And grace enough for every day. Come as you are, quiet or loud, with faith like a whisper or doubts in a crowd. If you've wandered too far, if you've come from the dark, you're still enough, still loved. Come as you are. There's no dress code for belonging, no right words you have to say. Just your name, your heart, your presence, and I'll make room for you to stay. Come as you are, worn thin or bold, with a heart half healed or a hand to hold. There's no line to cross, no shame too hard. You're still enough, still loved. Come as you are. Come as you are. You're still enough. Come